If you've been feeling like K-dramas lately are getting too heavy, too dark, or just emotionally exhausting, then this video is exactly what you need. Because today, we're talking about 5 comedy K-dramas that remind us why we fell in love with this genre in the first place. But here's the thing. These aren't just silly, brainless comedies. Each of these dramas mixes humor with something deeper, whether it's family struggles, adult life reality, career failure, zombie chaos, or even love stories that start from online games. And I'll be honest, comedy in K-dramas is actually harder to pull off than melodrama because making people cry is easy, but making people laugh and care at the same time, that's rare. So as we go through this list, I want you to think about which one feels the most relatable to your life right now, because some of these stories hit surprisingly close to home. Iron Family is one of those dramas that proves comedy can exist even in the middle of hardship and honestly, that's what makes it special. The story follows Lida Rim, played by Gum Se-rock, who comes from a family that runs a laundry business called Cheongnam Laundry. But this isn't just a normal family slice-of-life comedy. Da-rim has an illness that slowly narrows her vision, which means she's literally watching her world become smaller. Now that sounds depressing, right? But what makes Iron Family work is how it balances this painful reality with dark humor and chaotic family dynamics. And then enters Seo Kang-ju, played by Kim Jung-hyun, her former college connection, who reappears in her life and brings both emotional tension and unexpected comedic moments. What I personally love about this drama is how real the family feels. They're messy, they argue, they struggle financially, and they make questionable decisions. But they never stop being funny. This drama reminds us that humor isn't about having a perfect life. It's about surviving an imperfect one. And I want to ask you something. Do you prefer this kind of grounded, family-centered comedy? Or do you enjoy more exaggerated, unrealistic comedy where everything is over the top? Sorry Not Sorry is probably the most relatable drama on this list, especially if you've ever felt like your life didn't go according to plan. It follows Ji Song-yi, played by Jun So-min, who suddenly breaks off her engagement and finds herself stuck with a massive home loan and no clear direction. And can we just talk about how bold that premise is? Most dramas focus on falling in love and getting married, but this drama starts with someone choosing not to. That alone already makes it refreshing. Song-yi moves to a new city and starts working multiple part-time jobs just to survive. And this is where the comedy shines. Because it's not comedy built on fantasy. It's comedy built on real adult struggles. Awkward bosses, embarrassing situations, financial stress, and those moments where you question every decision you've ever made. Jun So-min is honestly perfect for this role because she has this natural ability to make awkward situations feel believable and funny instead of forced. And what I love most is that the drama doesn't treat her like a failure. It treats her like a human being trying to rebuild her life. And let's be honest, how many of you have ever felt like you had to start over from zero? Do you think breaking off a safe but unhappy future is brave? Or do you think it's too risky? Kick, Kick, Kick has one of the most unique and almost ridiculous titles. But don't let that fool you. Because this drama is actually a brutally honest look at failure in the entertainment industry. It follows Ji Jin-hee, playing a washed-up actor version of himself, and Jo Young-sik, a once successful variety show producer who is no longer relevant. Together, they decide to start a new content production company, hoping to reclaim their success. And honestly, this concept feels incredibly relevant today, especially in the era of YouTube, streaming, and content creation. Because fame doesn't last forever, and success can disappear faster than you expect. What makes this drama so funny is how painfully real it is. Watching characters who used to be respected now struggle to get attention, struggle to get funding, and struggle to stay confident is both hilarious and uncomfortable. And if you're someone trying to build a YouTube channel or creative career, this drama will hit even harder. Because behind the comedy, there's a real fear of becoming irrelevant. I personally think this drama is going to resonate a lot with modern audiences, especially younger viewers who dream of creating content. And I'm curious, do you think success today is more unstable than it was in the past? Newtopia might sound like a strange entry on a comedy list because it's literally about zombies. But that's exactly what makes it interesting. The story follows Jae-yoon, played by Park Jong-min, who is serving in the military, and his girlfriend Young-ju, played by Ji-soo, as they try to find each other in a zombie-infested Seoul. Now, normally, zombie stories are pure horror, filled with fear and tragedy. But Newtopia mixes zombie chaos with absurd humor, emotional romance, and unexpected comedic timing. And I think this works because zombies themselves are such an extreme situation that human reactions can become unpredictable and even funny. People panic, people make stupid decisions, and people reveal their true personalities. And having Jisoo in this drama is also a big point of curiosity, because viewers are always interested in seeing idols challenge themselves in different genres. What I personally find fascinating is how comedy can exist even in the middle of an apocalypse, because sometimes laughter is the only way people cope with fear. And I want to ask you, would you actually try to survive and find your loved one in a zombie apocalypse, or would you just focus on saving yourself? My Dearest Nemesis is probably the most classic romantic comedy on this list, but it has a twist that makes it feel modern and nostalgic at the same time. It tells the story of Baek Soo-jung, played by Moon Ka-young, and Ban Joo-yeon, played by Choi Hyun-wook, who first meet through an online game when they were young. They form a connection through their game characters without knowing each other's real identities. Then, 16 years later, they meet again in real life as boss and employee. And this premise is honestly genius, because it reflects how many relationships today begin online. But what makes it even more interesting is the power dynamic shift. Someone who was once just an online friend is now your boss. Someone who knew your true personality is now part of your professional life. That creates endless opportunities for awkward, funny, and emotionally complex moments. And Moon Ka-young is known for her strong rom-com performances, so expectations are already high. Personally, I think this drama will resonate strongly with viewers who grew up playing online games, because there's something nostalgic about forming connections in virtual worlds. And I wanted to know, have you ever met someone online who later became an important part of your real life? What makes these 5 comedy dramas stand out isn't just that they make you laugh, but that they reflect real fears, real struggles, and real emotions behind the humor. Whether it's fear of losing your future, fear of failure, fear of being alone, or fear of losing the people you love. And that's why comedy is such a powerful genre, because it allows us to face difficult truths in a way that feels lighter and more human. So now I want you to tell me in the comments which of these 5 dramas you're most excited to watch, and more importantly, which type of comedy you prefer. Family comedy, romantic comedy, workplace comedy, or survival comedy. Because your answer might reveal more about your personality than you think.